If you're looking for your next side hustle, probably already know that laser engraving is completely taking over the market. This is for sure the next best thing for a home business. And if you've ever been on Etsy, you've seen that absolutely anything can get laser engraved. And I'm not missing out on this craze. That's why I got my very own laser engraver. Don't worry, this is just the box. But I got this new fiber laser, and I'm gonna laser engrave 10 items using this exact laser. But hey, look at me, I'm a nice guy. I'm giving you 10 awesome ideas to start your own Etsy store.
Wow, what a nice guy.
So let's grab the first one. So I'll be working with the Monport GI30 fiber laser. Fiber lasers are super cool. They make it so that you can engrave insanely fast. But this one is primarily a metal engraving laser. So unfortunately, no woodworking for this one. I'm sorry. But that's not gonna stop us, we're still gonna make some really cool items. And the first one on my list is gonna be spatula. Oh, it's this way. So we could probably just add this into the general category cookware. My ideas aren't just gonna be spatula, fork, spoon. I mean, how lame would that be? But I just grabbed this off my grill just to test it out, and I put on one of my favorite things to make, a big old juicy burger.
Everyone's always asking me how to make the perfect cheeseburger.
And I did laser engrave it in silver. I thought black would have been a little bit too much, but pretty cool item to laser engrave. Really cool Father's Day gifts, or if companies are having cookouts, maybe they buy a bunch of them. Because if you want to sell them, you definitely want to sell them in bulk. It makes it a lot easier. But if you think this burger is kind of lame, I'll show you something really cool about the Monport laser. This is one of the very few lasers that'll actually engrave in color. And I was testing it out on the back of the spatula. You can definitely see all the different colors I got. I got some red, orange, gold, green, blue, silver, of course I got black. I will admit it is a challenge to find out what settings you need for this. Once you got them, write them down in that notebook.
Write that down, I like that.
And the results are pretty spectacular. I could have done like a whole burger with like a golden bun, red tomatoes, orange cheese. Maybe I will make that. But yeah, first item, spatula. Let's be honest, not gonna be your biggest seller. So let's look at something that definitely will be. And although this next one's pretty lame, it's gonna be the one where you're gonna end up making probably the most money. Ka-ching! And that's just making pens. I told you it wasn't very exciting. Now these aren't super fun to engrave, but companies aren't buying just one. Even just a random person, if they're buying a pen, they're most likely buying quite a few. Laser engraving bulk purchases are definitely the way to go. Setting up your design in Lightburn and even placing the part on your laser to make sure that it's gonna laser engrave in the correct position. It all takes a lot of time. And doing that all for one item kind of sucks. And that's why pens are pretty sweet. Pretty much guaranteed to get at least 10, maybe 100, possibly even 1,000. And once you got these things set up, you can rock and roll through them pretty quick. I went ahead and made myself a stainless steel one, and then I laser engraved another one with that powder coating on it. These powder coating ones look so professional. I mean, I gotta be professional at some point in my career. Not anytime soon. But if you got a fiber laser like me that can do colors, it might be pretty sweet to do different colors on a pen like this. So if you're looking to make money, get into the pen making business. What's next? So this next one, I can't believe that I don't see it more often. So we're gonna talk about it. And that's these slate coasters. I hate those coasters that you get at the bar. Even those cork and thin wood ones. I mean, you're getting water and beer on it constantly. Why did anyone think that was a good idea? They got all wet and mushy and gross, and they ultimately just fall apart. And then what's it protecting? And that's actually why I love these slate coasters. You can pour beer on it all day long. All right, that was dumb. But the point is, these things last forever. You don't have to go to the store and keep buying and buying. They're forever. Forever. I went ahead and put my logo on here. I think it looks pretty sweet. There should be a bigger market out there than what there is, but there's definitely a market. Maybe you can think of something else you can do with this slate. That would be really awesome too. I use mine all the time here in the shop, but I call mine a reverse coaster. So this is a woodworking shop. There's sawdust everywhere. So being the genius I am, I just went ahead and put my coaster on my beer. So whether you want to make actual coasters or reverse coasters that protect your beer, good product. And this next one's definitely one of my favorites. I don't think I have enough, and my wife thinks I buy too many. I don't. I could always use more.
Oh, is that right?
Yep. But doing some personalized tools, just like this. For this one, you just gotta make sure that you're creative about it. I have a bunch of wrenches, but this one is specifically for my router table. Always hard to kind of find in this mess I got going on here. So being able to permanently label this is super helpful. But you're not gonna be able to sell a lot of these just doing something simple like this. You have to be creative and think of something really funny maybe you could put on here. Maybe engraving some inches on here so you can also use it to measure something. Or just doing someone's logo on all their tools and blades and stuff like that. But pretty sweet to be able to engrave on metal and all these tools. So what else can we do? So this next one wasn't made with this machine specifically. Specifically. Okay, that's enough of that. But what I'm talking about is some really cool charcuterie boards I made. It's so cool when you're done making these things to add a personal touch, like a last name or even a picture of someone's dog or anything like that. So this specific machine wasn't made for engraving on wood. But if you want to go ahead and go on Monport's website, they got a whole bunch of different lasers and they got plenty that will be able to mark on wood or whatever you really want to do. And if you're just curious and want to take a peek, go ahead. I got a link in my description below. You can check out all these guys' products. But that being said, not only are these charcuterie boards really fun to make, they're really fun to engrave too. I actually got an order for a whole bunch of them. And if you guys are interested in doing something like that, you can go ahead and send me an email. I can go ahead and send you guys some blanks of some of these boards. Or even if you want me to engrave it, I can go ahead and do that too. Just go ahead and send me an email and hey, we can work out a deal. So my dog is always on a leash, but I would be heartbroken if I ever lost her.
Boy, good boy, yeah.
So I went ahead and made a dog collar for her. And this is of course the next item that you can go ahead and sell. There's obviously a bunch of different variations that you can go ahead and laser engrave. And my tag's in the shape of a little dog bone. Ain't that cute? But people love their dog, they're obviously gonna spend some money on it. Custom dog tag with their phone number on it so they don't ever lose them. I mean, every tag has to be personalized, it needs their number on it. So it's a really good market. And you can go ahead and combo it with a custom leather collar, upsell. But I love these little things to engrave. Machines can do these little ones so fast. You really just gotta plop it down, click start, and you're good to go. But cool idea. Yeah, this turned out great. So this one's gonna be another heavy hitter.
I'm bringing in the heavy hitters now.
And that's just working with mugs. Nowadays, almost every mug that you see is laser engraved. Whether it's just a stainless steel like this one, or those super popular Stanley cups that you see. So it's definitely one that you're gonna get a lot of orders for. But I gotta say, one of the downfalls of this is that you do have to purchase a chuck for it. That's gonna be able to rotate the cup for you so that you can get an even laser engraving across the entire cup. It's another added purchase that you gotta consider, but I believe this one that I got is under 200 bucks. Again, check out Monport's website. You can see them all there. And for just a couple $100, I mean, it's definitely worth getting. I gotta say, cups are not the only thing that you can put in here. Anything circular that you want to laser engrave.
Gonna put a ring on it.
The thing has jaws so it can hold on to it. You just gotta put in your measurements and it'll easily engrave on it. And that being said, cups are probably gonna be the thing that you're asked most to laser engrave. You see them all the time for bachelor parties and events and all that other stuff. So if you're thinking about picking up a laser, make sure you grab a chuck with it. It gives you so many more options that you can engrave. This one is one of my favorites, and that's these metal flasks. Flasks are awesome. I use them to sneak into sporting events because paying $9 for a beer is ridiculous. And whether you got one that's leather like this, which is pretty cool, or just a stainless steel one or a hard plastic one, all of them are laser engravable and add a pretty cool touch. But this is like just a sip. I mean, what's the point? So I bought this one.
Oh my god.
This is more like it. This is the flask that I always use. Awesome that I can laser engrave it now. If you can tell by my shirt, it fits me a little bit more. But if you can think of a cool design or a really funny saying to put on these things, people are gonna be a lot more inclined to buy them, and there you go. So now we got one for those outdoorsy people that we all know. We all know those people that hunt and fish and spend way too much money on their gear.
You were talking about yourself, weren't you?
Well, anyways, let's profit off of them. The next category is gonna be knives. And honestly, you could probably rank this in any outdoorsy thing. Targeting the outdoorsman, you can do anything from knives, fishing lures, clothing, and there's a huge market for guns. A really cool thing about this laser is that it will mark on hard plastic. So those hard plastic pieces, you can engrave something really cool on there. But to keep everyone happy, I'm sticking with knives. This is a fillet knife I did. It's got that powder coating on it so it laser engraves super quick. And just by looking at this, you can definitely tell how precise these lasers can actually get. This is a very small design and you can tell every detail of it. And yes, it's a shark, because I only catch big fish. I'm just kidding. I should have put a bluegill on here. But this is a great idea. Pocket knives for groomsmen. All you gotta do is throw someone's name on it and you got big money right there. Last but not least, definitely not my forte, but the last one's gonna be some jewelry. Oh my god, it's stuck. Again, crazy amount of different jewelry options out there. If I'm gonna say one thing about this, I think you gotta be really creative about this. Bring out your inner artist or whatever you wanna call it. Definitely do some personalized stuff. Before I had this laser, I bought my wife a necklace that had our kids' baby feet on it, and I paid a fortune for it. If only I got you sooner. But stuff like rings and necklaces. And hey, if you buy the chucks for the bottles, you can definitely put a ring on there and then you can engrave the entire outside of the ring, making a continuous design all the way around, making it a lot cooler than this little one I made. But alright, that's the video, guys. I hope you had a lot of fun watching, and I hope I gave you a lot of cool ideas. And if you got a laser, let me know what your favorite thing is to engrave. But make sure you guys subscribe. I got a lot of crazy ideas I'm gonna do with this laser. I'm definitely gonna be able to use it for a lot of my projects coming up. But until then, grab a beer and build something.